Welcome to Treasure Quest, everyone. I hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day. Today, we're going to be doing quite the bit of adventuring with another YouTuber that I've met up with many times in the past, and hopefully many times in the future, BirdDogg. And I'll have his links in the description below if you want to check out his channel. Long story short, he relocated back to being close to where I live. So we're only about 45 minutes apart from each other now. So we should be doing some more videos together in the future. At least that's the plan. So today we ended up all over the place. But I'm doing this intro now because I didn't do a formal one the day of the hunt. So to give a little bit of backstory, the place that he is renting out right now, we weren't sure when it was built, but it doesn't show up, it disappears on the old aerials back around the early 1980s, but we knew from the features of the inside of the house, this place was older. How old? We weren't quite sure. So he invited me out, I investigated, we were looking at the foundation, the features inside the house, and wanted to see what we were digging up in the yard there. And it seems like it was built around the late 1950s. At least that's my best guess. So the video starts out metal detecting around BirdDogg's new lawn. And there was actually a lot more targets than I expected, and we had a lot of fun digging it all out. After that, we ended up metal detecting an old church, around an old hotel, around old abandoned houses, and we even ended up exploring in the woods and finding all sorts of interesting things. So I think you're going to enjoy the video. Sit back, here it is. All right, first hole here, over between the garage and the house, about 2.5 inches down. Looks like we're already going to be into some coinage. 1989 dime. It's a good start to the day. Perfect soft soil. We've been getting a lot of rain, so good day to be out here digging. Well, let's get something a little bit older. Alright, so this was a shallow high tone I dug out a minute ago. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's old, but it looks like it says can't sag on there. KANT .SAG. I guess that's when your pants are on too tight. You can't sag. Anyhow, right here by the front of the house, it's got a nice coin signal, and 2.5 inches down here, see the edge of the coin? I have an edge of a coin. It looks a little bit older, may not be. It's a penny, 1982. Ooh, a lot of gnats out here. All right, well that's older than the last coin. There's a lot of signals in here, so we'll keep popping them and filming them. Getting over to the other side, and had another nice solid coin signal here, and this isn't very deep. This looks older. I think I have a wheat penny here. Nice. I think it's 195 something. That is sweet. There's going to be some old coinage. We're going to see if we can tell the story here to help date the house. That's a 1957 Denver. Right on. So looking at the foundation and the inside of the house, to me, this is kind of screaming 1950s-ish. But there's no record of this on the aerials until the early 80s. But it's definitely older than that. So this will help tell the story. Let's keep looking. Alright guys, we're going to do one live here. I'm only about not even a yard away from where I dug that wheat penny. I got a really good signal right here. It's got some decent depth on it too. Well, that way it's hitting 85. And grass is a little taller, so it's hard to tell here, but I mean that could be like a 4-inch silver dime there. But also drops to 84-ish sometimes, which could be, you know, wheat penny, clad dime, copper penny. Let's give it a shot, see what it is. It's been quite a while since I've done a live dig. We've got all the time in the world up here. And that's definitely a signal that I would say is a coin, almost without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, these gnats up here. They just love my nose. And it's gonna be right here. And man, that got me. Sounded like perfect coin. That is a round ball of lead. Perfect coin signal. But hey, we'll keep looking. Gotta be some more goodies in here. Alrighty, so that piece of lead was just right here. I went up, had a surface signal that was slamming. Thought it was just gonna be some kind of surface trash, or I wanted to see what it was anyway because it was a good signal. And of course the one we don't live dig because it was super shallow, barely under the grass. It's a smashed penny. And that's really cool because this could be something local. Now I don't think this is too particularly old because it was just under the surface, but it could still be a few decades old, you never know. What do we have on there? Land of the Red Man. What does it say on the bottom? Oklahoma, Land of the Red Man. Well, that's pretty sweet, smashed penny. Maybe a souvenir someone brought back up here? Because we're up in the mountains in Tennessee. Well, that's pretty awesome. Let's see what it rings up. 80. So an 80 signal. I'm assuming 80 and flat. It appears this is on a copper penny, not a zinc one. Because I think a zinc penny flattened would ring up probably 74-ish, I'm guessing, because a normal one that's not flattened is like 77. So this is a smashed penny on a copper one, so a little bit older. And I dropped it, so that's cool. I'll show it cleaned up later. Okay, I'm working out between the front steps and the road right here. And just a second ago, right next to that smashed penny, that was on the surface, kind of like tucked down in below the grass. And right here we got another coin signal. It's a copper cent, about 1.5 inches down. The edge looks fairly good, but may just be a copper cent, could be a weedy, hard to tell. 1969 it looks like, so semi-old. Not too bad. Old copper cents, Wheaties, smashed penny. There's definitely a lot of targets around this house. The way I like it. Okay, we're gonna do another one live. Still working back and forth here in the front where there seems to be a concentration of coins. Got a really nice signal here. Reading 85, 86 that way, 87 sometimes. This could be a nice oldie. Hopefully it's not another lump of lead. It is reading in that silver dime range, so let's do it live. Hopefully this time, at least on the live one, it's a coin. Sounds very similar to that piece of lead we found, but then again, that lead was mimicking a coin, so I do still think this is going to be a coin. Alright, just a little bit back this way. And there it is. It is a coin. It's not silver, but it is a dime, which is why it spiked a little bit higher, I think. Sometimes the dimes spike. Let's see if we can see the year on it. 1973. Alright, so it seems like the coins coming out of here have all been from 1957 up until 89, so it seems like there's going to be a lot of coins in that range. If I find another good one, I'll let you know. Alrighty here. Got another coin signal. 3 to 3.5 inches down right here. And what do we have this time? I thought it was going to be a penny, but it's actually another dime. And I am on the side of the house now, so it's good that it looks like there's going to be coins around here too. And that one just missed silver, it looks like. 1968, so this is not too far from where I found that wheat penny, so heading in the right direction. Alright, I was digging here below some of the gravel here that's close to where a new paved driveway is. So this must have been the old driveway where it's paved now. And down under all that, it's got this like massive copper grommet looking thing here. And BirdDogg found this in the back. Pretty cool. piece of a cap gun. Western, which is one of the most common ones here in America, back in like the 1950s, around in there. So that's a pretty cool relic up here. Probably at least a kid or two up here back in the day. So let's keep digging, see what else we can pull out. Alright, I'm looking through the back, digging a few bleach caps. Got a few odd pieces of lead like this that are folded, very oxidized in the center. And then right near the surface here, I just got a 2012 dime, so that's the newest coin so far. But mostly back here, just pulling up some of the old bleach caps and trash like that. We'll keep looking, gotta be something good. Well, that must have been a spill because the first one was right here, but this one made its way under the ground. There was no grass in this area. Right next to it, 2011 dime. So I guess that's about a decade old dime spill right there. 2 for the price of 1. Alright, so I'm working around this little tree right here. Found the wheat earlier, worked my way back up toward the front in this patch. BirdDogg was out here a couple nights ago, and he found a couple, like 3 clad quarters out here. And I got about, this is probably the deepest coin so far, pushing 4 inches on that one. And it's gonna be a wheat cent. So this seems like a good area for the coins from the 50s up until the 80s. I can't see the date on that, but it looks like it has a high relief. It's probably going to be another one from the 50s, perhaps the 40s. So another wheatie, and let's keep searching. There's an old cemetery up here too, so maybe we'll get into some earlier things. BirdDogg found a what looks to be a fairly old buckle, probably turn of the century, give or take, up here. So there's hope for more. Alrighty, it's really not cold out. It's like upper 70s today, but the gnats are really bad, so I got my hat on and these funky glasses, which make it look like daylight. It's crazy with these things on. Anyway, there's a old cemetery back there. I'll show you guys a little bit later. Naturally, I will not be detecting back there. BirdDogg's actually back there live streaming right now. And right here in this field in front of the house, there's not much out here. I dug a shallow penny from 1981, a bunch of junk, and right now I just got some old brass clock parts, it looks like. So that's at least older of a relic. That was actually down about 5 inches, so could predate that house, hard to say. Could have been something else up here. When I was digging that shallow coin spill up there before, I actually pulled a square nail out of the hole, which would seem like it predates that house significantly. So anyway, keep on the search. Alrighty, I'm up here close to the house again on the opposite side of the road. Had a solid coin signal, and BirdDogg's still live streaming. He captured this one live, so make sure you watch it on his channel. I'll have a link below if you want to see some of this happening. Well, not in real time anymore, obviously, by the time I post this, but a little more of the action from a different angle, and a tour of the cemetery and whatnot. But I went down right here. I thought this was just going to be a standard copper penny because I found one on the surface over here from 1981. This one was 2 inches down in that soil. It's soft like butter. And 1956 Denver. So literally this patch is right between the old cemetery and the house, which is directly behind me. So I had a signal I thought was a coin at first. It rang up kind of low 80s, but one direction it thunked 79 really bad. So I thought it was just going to be a piece of trash, like aluminum or something like that, odd shaped. I got down into the hole, got this old steel bottle cap, and that crumbled as I picked it up there. Pulled that out a couple inches away, rechecked the hole. I accidentally pinpointed that first, went back into the sidewall, and it is a coin down there. I don't know if it's old or not, but a couple inches down here. And that does look a little bit older. That is, oh, I just swallowed a gnat. I did. Inhale, I took one with me. It's a wheat cent. That's pretty cool. It was right a couple inches away from that steel bottle cap. Once I pulled that out, it really cleared up the signal. Can't see the date on that one. The relief looks high, so it's probably going to be 1950s again, maybe 1940s. Maybe we'll bust into the 40s. That's wheat penny number 4, hiding down here in the trash in the back. Sweet. It's funny, I'm on autopilot right now. I'm only filming this because I went to grab my pinpointer and actually pulled my camera out. I wasn't even paying attention, but right here by the road, we just got another penny, but it's just a copper one. And a minute ago, this caught my eye. I thought it was the top of a marble for a second. I'll show you while I have this on. You can see where they dug up and looks like they put new slab there. Potentially old steps used to, an old path used to run there. You can tell some of this has been dug up at some point, but sitting right down in here in the clay that's exposed, a little semi-precious stone it looks like. I almost want to say, is that turquoise? No, it's something similar, I think, but that's crazy. And I actually think that's a coin right there. I didn't even see that. That's a zinc penny. Just modern here by the steps. I'm gonna eyeball a little bit down in this clay. Yeah, that's a shield penny. You can tell how corroded the soil is, though. It's already starting to eat it up. Yeah, not too bad on the eyeballing. That's pretty cool there. Alright. Keep on the hunt. I just came back here to show BirdDogg that piece of turquoise, which I couldn't believe was by the steps. That was crazy. But obviously back in the day, this wasn't here, so we're trying to get really close to the edge. He just popped out a 1964 penny right here by these pavers. So, we're still pulling some stuff out.
Yeah,
slowly but surely, but yeah, mostly stuff that dates to probably the early days of this house, which is cool. Maybe we'll find some more stuff closer to the cemetery over there. Alright, I'm in the back here by the deck. We're swatting gnats like crazy people. Every time I talk, I get like a mouthful of them. And solid signal back here, down, I don't know, like 4 inches. Really cool find though. It's an old solid handle to a razor. This thing is very heavy. And it's got a pattern on it, so this was a fancy one back in the day.
That's why I like that signal, because it's a relic signal.
Yeah. Oh man, but that's pretty cool. That'll look good cleaned up. Man, that thing is solid though. So that probably dates to around the time of those wheat pennies, late 50s, early 60s. But that's pretty cool. All right, keep on digging. We're waiting for the rain to blow through. It's been waves of like mist and rolling through the hills here. So we've been taking a break for like an hour or so while I'm waiting for the grass to dry off. I'm just messing around this little slab here on the front porch. There was two solid coin signals here. I just popped out a 1975 copper penny and a zinc, and I had a funky signal right there. I thought it was going to be a piece of junk. It's actually the top of a smashed old razor. Maybe it's from that one we found in the back, but it says gem on it, and it says Brooklyn, New York. So I literally just stuck the coil right here and dug those 3 targets right there. And that turquoise was here earlier and another zinc penny, so there's old stuff mixed in. I'll just dig all this junk out. Why not? Alrighty, so I'm working closer to the modern driveway, but I know the original one used to be in here and go up this way. So trying to grit it good, see if I can find anything else older in between. And right there, I had a deep coin signal, and I pulled out this 1960 Denver penny, so just missed wheat on that one. And right next to it was a faint signal, very deep, but I wanted to dig it, make sure it wasn't something good next to that penny. And it is interesting. It's part of an old disabled veterans tag. It's only part of it. It says something on there, deposit disabled veteran, and then looks like it's from Cincinnati. So that's pretty interesting. But alright, I'm gonna keep looking, see if we can pull something else out. Alrighty, we're now looking around an old church. We're hanging out. First signal right down here. We're close to where BirdDogg used to live. First signal down on the gravel by the front steps there. 1977 penny. Let's see if we can pull something else out. BirdDogg found a cannonball.
First hole.
Not quite.
Almost.
It looked like one from a distance.
I don't know what that's for.
I don't either.
Counterweight. It's solid all the way through except for that hole.
Wow, I have no idea. Interesting area down through here.
It's an old resort community.
Yep. It's crazy, set back in time. But we're going to be looking around here. See if we can pull out some old coins or relics. Got to be something hiding down in here. This definitely would have been quite the retreat back here in the day. And sorry for the pinpointer noise. This is the back of the church. The church was rebuilt. As you can see, it's got like cinder block around the bottom of it, but it's much older, kind of around turn of the century. And just trying to dig some of the trash out of the back, see if there's any interesting relics. Pulled this out here very deep. Looks like a piece of an old toy truck. There's a wheel there. I started digging down a lot deeper because the pinpointer was going off about a foot down. I think the rest of it's in here, but it's really hard packed in here, so I'm going to dig it out and see if at least it looks half decent, but probably not. But I'm digging it out anyway. So we're just hanging out and getting some grub here inside the church. I know the lighting in here isn't that great, but I figured I'd show this all to you. I know a lot of you would like to see this church on the inside, but pretty awesome. Naturally what used to be a church and is no longer. Me and BirdDogg were wondering if this was accurate or if somebody changed this up until the time that it closed down. 24 in attendance, tenants of the last week, the amount of the offering. We're just wondering if somebody moved these numbers around or maybe if that's just left the way it was when it closed down. But this place is vacant most of the year. What a pretty cool space. Would make an awesome Airbnb, wouldn't it? Pretty unique. Needs some work. The ceiling's not in great shape. It's pretty musty in here. But with a little bit of TLC, this could be a pretty cool space. The high ceiling. Got that rustic charm to it. But anyway, I figured I'd just show that all to you. You'd never think it was like this on the inside. Just kind of a little bit of like a time capsule. Just kind of like a rustic retreat right now. But yep, that used to be the front door of the church right there. The newer church, obviously the older one. I don't know if it was torn down or burned down or what, but steps go right out there. And right out to the front. But there's been way too much groundwork and shifting on this property. It's not a very large one, just right around the church here, so almost everything is gone as far as relics are concerned. I know BirdDogg in the past has swung around here a few times, and I don't think he ever found too much except when they were doing some work here. I guess by where the steps were, when some of these floorboards were open, he actually found a standing Liberty quarter under the church, which was pretty fascinating. But as far as the property around it, I was able to find that fire truck, and that was the only relic I found other than some just old lids and stuff like that. So really interesting though. We gave it a shot trying to find some more stuff. I'll show that truck cleaned up. I have both parts of it. I'll clean it up the best I can, see what shape it's in. That old fire truck's pretty cool. But yeah, figured I'd show this to everyone here. So maybe we'll swing around a little bit longer. But it's been a fun day poking around some different spots. And that house apparently up there was built in 1914. Just in really bad shape. It's going to be torn down. you see anything else? There are so many beer bottle tops in here. So much trash. I think we're into something. Here. Oh, is the mold bad? And this one. I guess it was all in this little bag. Bunch of coins. Ooh, I don't even touch all that. It's all wet. Everything fabric in here is soaked. I don't think any. This one looks a little older. 1964. Oh, it's just everywhere. Man, this stuff has been sitting here for a long time. How long has that been in here? Don't know. Crazy. So many coins down here. Just wild. This bench is still in good shape. Yeah, more under here. Dime. Man. So we're detecting below the church now, one of these old abandoned places, and there's the church right up there. BirdDogg swinging. In the past, he's found an Indian head penny up here, and this place is being rebuilt, and this is the old hotel. It's all rotting out and falling apart. Just check out this over here. Just wild. But anyway, not much in through here. Working down in here by this tree, and dug down under a bunch of roots there. A penny from 1964. So at least it's semi-old. See if we can lock onto anything else. Starting to run out of daylight. Thankfully the rain moved through. So I'm dry and I'm happy. And welcome to my garage for a quick wrap up. Yeah, all sorts of detecting finds backing up on here. Some of it I've shown in videos, some I haven't gotten to yet, but it appears that there's going to be quite a few videos on the way. I'm finally getting back into editing and doing a lot more digging, but check it out. Here's what we found today. I didn't show everything in the video. I split this up a little bit so I can show you where I found it. So looking around BirdDogg's house, which I would pretty much say was probably built in the late 1950s, I ended up with 8 clad dimes, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pennies, a mixture of copper and zinc there. The wheat cents that I found was 4 of them, today, 1950, 1956D, and 2 1957 Denvers. Probably the best two finds from his yard was this Land of the Red Man, Oklahoma smashed penny. I'm not 100% certain if this is from Oklahoma or not, but pretty cool either way, whether this was made in Tennessee or brought in as a souvenir. Very cool. And it does appear that stone I found is a little piece of turquoise. That's crazy. So I have no idea if that fell out of like a pendant, like a piece of jewelry, or maybe if that was just in like a kid's set of semi-precious stones. I really have no idea. But it's not something you find every day while you're out metal detecting. Various ammunition. This bullet here is kind of early to mid-1900s. I didn't clean it off. It's lead, so that has a little bit of age on it. You find a lot of various ammunition all over northeast Tennessee. That's a fired bullet. This was in the front yard. Thought it was funny. Very old cigarette butt. That was down there with one of my targets. I just thought that was funny. A lot of beer caps and pull tabs and stuff in that yard. This was the one square nail I got in back when I was digging something else. So that seems like it predates the house that's there currently. So interesting. Clock parts, brass. I just put one of the pull tabs there to show it. There's a lot of these in that lawn. Had to show this one because that is the first style pull tab that was ever released here in the US. And these date, actually, you can actually date this style pull tab from 1962 to 1964. That's literally the first style that was released to the public. So I always keep those. It was funny, I was just telling BirdDogg I could date some of the pull tabs, and I told him that those are actually, you don't find them everywhere. And right after I told him that, I found one. I had that piece of a disabled veterans tag. Now, the ones, I found one or two of these in the past, and I believe they were copper, so this must have been as they were being phased out, being made out of aluminum. And got one really nice mason jar insert. Still had the zinc attached to the back, which is why it rang up on the detector. Really good shape on that one. That was out in the field between the house and the cemetery. And it's funny, I dug 3 different parts of a razor, all in different areas, so I don't know, maybe they all went together, but this is actually a pretty cool old razor handle. And look at the design on that. Very heavy. You can kind of hear it there. And I have actually found one of these exact kind before. They have a patent date on them. I don't know if you can see it, but this was patented in 1912. So pretty old razor. So I found the top, I found the handle, and I found the blade. So I thought that was pretty funny. As far as the other sites, wasn't too much. So at the church, the only things that I found, didn't put a whole lot of effort in there. Just got 2 copper cents from the 70s, which I don't think were down there too long. And this is neat. I did dig this fire truck up. It's mangled. It was dozed around in the material in the back of that church. And I actually didn't do much research on this yet. But you can see in there it's Hubley, and it's from Lancaster, probably Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So if anybody wants to do research on that, let me know the rough age on that. But old fire truck, so that's pretty cool. Apart from that, I did look around the 1914 house that was up above the church, just the front of probably a couple square yards there in front of the house. There's really nowhere else that's detectable around it. I just found that one modern quarter. And when that place was in good shape, BirdDogg actually used to live there for a while, years back. But I only found that quarter in the front yard. So looking around the abandoned house that was down that I showed there on video, down below the church, I found that 1964 penny and just some trash. So I'm not sure if other people detected there too much or what was the deal. And then looking around in the areas that were all across the street that were all dozed around, like these old pieces of like bakelite and different materials, and some cool bits of pottery and china that I picked up. And around the old hotel, we didn't find much other than a little bit of garbage. I dug up this old putty knife. So we put in a lot of effort at quite a few different locations, and it was definitely a fun day of digging. So I guess I'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.